What term is used for placing the initial bet in poker? What term is used for placing the initial bet in poker? Might be a little bit of a tricky one here, guys, but let's see how this goes down. No, not this one, Barney. No. Nope, nothing yet. Nope. People are getting close, I'll give you that, guys. I'll give you that one, people are getting close. Hey, we got it. Bia Saliti, you win the third code giveaway. So this one here, Dan, you're going to write that down. Bia Saliti, we're going to be contacting you. Just make sure your settings for your Whisper are not set to private. I had an issue with 2 guys yesterday. I could not contact them with the code winners. So make sure your settings on your Twitch Whispers are not set to private. I will be contacting you over the next coming hours, okay? A little bit sooner rather than later, okay? We're going to be finishing up the comms tonight. I will be contacting you as soon as possible tomorrow at some stage, okay? So, this one here, Dan, if you can write that down.
I have it, yeah.
Okay.
I was just wanted to mention what Apocalypse said about one of the players at the table. Gabyong Kim finished second in the 25k high roller at last year's World Series of Poker Europe and 11th in the main event, also 4th in the EPT main event at Kings in 2022. This guy loves Kings.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so we're going to scroll down to the bottom again, guys, so I'm getting my revenge on you, Barney. Alright, guys, so the 4th code giveaway. Are we ready? So, again, specific answer, guys, I'm looking for. Felice, congrats on winning that code again, bro. So, 4th code giveaway, guys. In which poker game are players dealt 5 private cards? In which poker game are players dealt 5 private cards? First come, first serve, guys. No, not the answer I'm looking for, guys. Wait, Thai TV, 5 card draw is the answer. So Thai TV, 5 card draw is the answer. Congrats. Yeah. Congrats. 5 card draw was the specific answer I was looking for, guys. So again, like that, Thai TV, make sure your Whisper settings are not set to private. I'll be contacting you as soon as possible tomorrow after we finish up the stream. Get a couple of hours sleep, and I'll be contacting you immediately when I wake up tomorrow, okay? Or whenever I get a chance, bro. All right? So congrats again, Thai TV. So as I said, guys, we still have another 6 codes to give away. Each code will be given after each elimination, so we will announce it. So keep an eye out for that, okay? Congrats again, Thai TV. As I said, just make sure your Whisper settings are not set to private, because I had 2 issues with 2 people yesterday. Make sure that it's not set to private, mate, okay? Cheers again, and congrats, mate.
Right, we're back to the action. So Aliotto is going to call 65k in the hijack with the Jack 9-8. Kim, the original opener, with the 8-7-6-5. And viewers should be reminded that they get the code for every €20 spent at the King's shop. So for example, if you were to spend €100 at the King's shop, that's an extra 5 codes.
So keep that in mind, guys. So you obviously have the opportunity to win codes by tuning into the stream, but you also have a greater chance if you're willing to spend every €20 at the King's shop, guys. As we always say, there's countless merchandise to win, not win, guys, but to spend your money on. We have hoodies, loads of tracksuit pants. There's also a sale on certain items where it's 50% off in some situations. So head on over to the King's shop, where every €20 you spend, you will get a code in that situation as well. So not only can you win them on the stream, guys, by answering these questions that both Dan and I have prepared, but every time you spend €20 plus, at the Wsop, you will get a code for every €20, okay? And as I said, guys, the more codes you have, the greater chance you have winning the max prizes, the best prizes that are available. And I just repeat that again. They are a PlayStation 5, they are also an iPhone 15 Pro, AirPod Pro, a 5-star room for 3 nights in the King's Casino, and many, many more, all right?
Sounds good, guys.
And by the way, sorry Dan to interrupt, just one more thing to announce. And also, if you tell the viewers that we have 120 participants only in the giveaway, guys. We have countless things at this stage, guys. There's only 120 participants in this giveaway at the moment. We have, specifically the amount of gifts we have to give away, I'm not 100% sure, but there are so many, guys, and there's so little participants in this at the moment. So my advice to you is, obviously listen now for the questions that we're going to ask, but at the same time, guys, head on over to the King's shop. Be willing to spend as much as you possibly can, because the merchandise is worth spending that money on, guys. With every €20 you will get a code as well. Great chance to win some amazing prizes, guys, alright?
Kim betting 400k here on the turn. Aliotto with 75% equity, facing a large bet from Kim. Not ideal here for Aliotto. Kim going for it. What do you think of this, Alan?
It's a little bit of sidetrack, Dan, but
we were.
If I'm being honest with you, bro, not going to lie, I'm not going to spoof my way through this hand, I'm not going to lie, but yeah. A lot of equity for both players here. But Kim, not really having the best of it here either, but obviously having some equity. But Aliotto is...
So he's basically bluffing here, Kim.
It appears to be that way, bro, but combos wise and in terms of equity, it doesn't really look great on paper, does it, when you look at Aliotto's hand here in terms of having basically a pretty high equity draw, pair plus draw, but he does get out of the way. I'm surprised to see that.
You see, yeah, he's not drawing to the nuts again.
Only thing I'll say, he's in position, but again, like that, man, I don't know if that's too relevant, given like the point you mentioned. Still, it's
we were a little bit sidetracked because of all the giveaway stuff there.
Exactly,
but
yeah.
It seemed like that was an out-of-line bluff, but this guy is clearly a superstar, so he knows what he's doing. I was asking you because I wasn't too sure myself. With 2 flush draws on board, clearly turning his hand into a bluff without any clubs or diamonds in his hand.
Nothing by the looks of it. As I said, man, I was a little bit sidetracked there, so I missed the pre-flop action, I missed the flop action, and I only literally looked up when I saw this hand going on. So
that's more than understandable, and you're doing great as well, of course.
It's a thing of beauty, Dan, isn't it?
That's the thing about beauty, Alan. You look at it, know it's beautiful, but can't say why. Don't know how. It's a feeling you get. Thing of beauty indeed. Blinds have gone up. Small blind is now 20k, big blind is now 40k, with a 40k running big blind ante. That's 20, 40, 40.
See Kim calling in the small blind here then. Again, obviously quite deep with Lee. Pocket fours here, double suited hand here as well. Obviously Lee's hand is more than reasonable too, so we'll see what happens here. It's going to be quite interesting.
Yeah, Lee with the ace, jack, jack 9. Kim with the ace, 10, 4, 4, 280 in the pot. 10, 3, 3 is the flop.
Can't, I mean, obviously having backdoor enough flush draw here with the spades is quite relevant here. Lee with the overpair with the jacks. Can imagine Kim is going to be check calling one, but I can understand Lee checking back here also.
Does go check, check. Turn is the 7 of spades. It's a 60-40 in Lee's favour on this turn.
Again, obviously Kim picking up the extra equity with the nut flush draw here. Lee technically still ahead with the overpair with the jacks. Kim coming out for a bet here.
Yeah, that nut flush draw nice here on this turn. Bets 125. And for Lee, he got a good shot straight draw with his overpair.
Lot of draws going on here, Dan, as well. This is the thing, so I can imagine Lee is going to peel. If this was out of position, it might be a little bit more dicey, but in position here, you're going to have the power of position, so I do like the call here from Lee.
River is the ace of spades, and Kim with the check mark.
The ace of diamonds, though, which is obviously a little bit of a action killer. I mean, I don't know how much more action there was going to be on many rivers, bar maybe an 8 of spades, but even then it's a little bit ambitious, but I can imagine it might go check, check here, I guess.
Yeah, you could bet a blockerish type sizing, try get paid. If you get raised, you just get rid of it. Or just go into check call mode. If he goes into check call mode, he might be facing a larger bet, so therefore we see this time and time again, he's going for that small. Well, I haven't seen how much he's bet. This is exactly what I was saying about. Bet about a quarter pot as your blockerish type sizing.
Yeah, I can get behind that, bro. And in hindsight, I much prefer this this action that Kim decided to do here. It really handcuffs Lee here because, again, we saw some examples of this in other spots where, you know, if they're not protecting their range enough here with these small bets on this river, then it can be very easily exploited. But I imagine Kim is a competent player, Dan. I get that feeling that this guy knows what he's doing in so many spots that he knows more than we do, I guess.
695 in the pot, just 165 to call. Getting good odds to call, but don't think he's going to be beaten much. Just going to be forced to let this go the majority of the time. Did catch the ace on the river. Also, Kim might be forced to bluff some hands here himself, the way this is played out. But looks like he's got chips in hand.
Don't really like a call here. I can't imagine he's going to be going for a call. It's really hard to imagine if he beats anything here.
These players will know each other's game inside out and back to front.
That is true. That is true. He does find the call, then.
Curiosity. There's no cure for curiosity. Does call for 165 more. That's a big difference. Big swing there now. Kim up to 2.4 million. Lee back down to 1.5.
Just goes to show the power of that bet on the river, Dan, that it really makes people kind of really think about what they might be bluffing here, but at the same time, man, it's going to be very hard to it's just like, if it's the case where he's doing this with the Queen of Diamonds, naked Queen of Diamonds or something like that, or the naked King of Diamonds, that's probably the only hand that you kind of beat there. But when he leads the turn like that, man, he's going to have a lot of flushes. You know, a lot of like kind of maybe 3x or the, you know, the 3x on the flop, I suppose, would be accurate, which would make sense to maybe pick that size as well, which you don't beat any of. So I think that was probably a tad bit ambitious there from Lee, but
yeah, I think that's a good way of putting it. A tad bit in place now with 2.5 million, and Alioto, as I just said, is the only player over 3 million at this table. Hasn't done much, just maintaining his position.
Raise 80, 6 plus. 7 plus. 8. 1 plus. 2 plus.
we hear that humming in the background again, Dan, huh?
Great to see people humming and singing at 1 AM at the King's Resort If you're just tuning in, you're watching the World Series of Poker Europe. It's the 2K PLO. I mean, it's unlikely that you're tuning in at this late hour, but I'll just mention it one more time. Jack 3 deuce is the flop. Bowman with the kings and a good shot. Top pair, top kicker for Kim, but it is pot limit Omaha. So one pair hands not going to be huge. Would expect him to see a turn though for 75k.
Again, then we see this pretty similar situation again, but Kim decides to peel this time. I get the feeling that Kim is going to be a little bit more sticky than most players on average, you know, although it's still probably fine.
He has to see a turn for that price.
Yeah, of course.
Turn
Ooh.
is gin for Boatman.
But it does complete the flush, my man.
It does complete the flush, yeah, sorry. Not quite gin at all, but it is top set.
This man is just dangerous then.
What's going on here?
We bet 190.
I'm just going to watch this, Alan. I was not expecting a lead here in the slightest.
Well,
He's picked up on something.
I can guarantee you one thing, Barney ain't going anywhere anytime soon, but I can also guarantee one thing, he shouldn't be raising here, and he does call. Gonna be an interesting river, mate.
River is the 5 of diamonds. And now, that might be a card that Kim wants to continue repping, because, yes, okay, Boatman can have the flush. But that 5 going to complete some straights. Oh my god, wow, this guy is unbelievable. How does he find this?
I mean, this is like a ridiculously tough spot. Like, for somebody to find the bluff here, like, I just don't think it's going to happen as much as Barney would like. Do you know what I mean? And this is his tournament life here. Bro. This is balls of steel from Kim, but you picked Kim, Dan, when I asked you who's your go-to guy for this, and I don't blame you, bro. He is he's really opening Pandora's box here, bro.
I was going to say, with the thanks to Apocalypse showing me his credentials there.
Yeah.
I had seen earlier as well, but I knew how much money a lot of these people were up, but I wasn't aware of the exact specifics of this G Kim. I can't make sense of this, but what I do know is that if Bowman had something like a flush here, like, Kim looks like a donkey. Instead, he looks like an absolute genius.
I mean, the thing is, right, the King of Hearts is out there. You know, the thing is, like, yeah, this is amazing
wow.
play. Amazing play. I mean, look, timing-wise, this obviously looks immaculate, but at the same time, you still have to have the heart to do it, and he found it, bro.
He's one heart, the 6 of hearts.
True.
That is an incredible hand.
Habt ihr euch schon gefreut, eh?
Very nice.
I don't blame Barney in the slightest. I don't think you can call off there.
You see this kind of happen in some spots as well, where you know, having the ace of hearts there is obviously a possibility to do that, but like, it is such a small amount of bluffs there usually that is going to be it's just a sick play, man. Well played, Mr. Kim.
Ace King Jack 6 on the button for Kim. Raising to 210,000 total.
Pretty looking hand for Lee then, isn't it?
Really nice double suited 9-6-5-4 for Lee in the big. You want to raise this one up or just see a flop, Alan?
I think seeing a flop is going to be the most frequent play here. I mean, I can see some merits in like other formats like cash because, you know, nice board coverage and whatnot. But there might be an argument, what I think calling is going to be the pretty most standard play here.
Yeah, I'd like a call.
Yeah.
I mean, what do I keep saying? We want to see flops in Paul Omaha to realise our equity.
Yeah, it's just like, I mean, if it's the case we do 3-bet this and just get 4-bet, it's obviously just a disaster in terms of like not realising your equity, and you just have to end up folding most of the time. As I said, if it was a different format, I can see some merits in like a cash game where, you know, deeper structure, deeper stacked, a lot of board coverage and just connectivity on these kind of mid to low connected boards. These hands obviously play very, very well. But in this situation, playing 40, 80, 80, shallow-ish stacks technically compared to other formats, calling just seems like the most standard decision here, I guess.
Does go check, check. Turn is the king of diamonds.
Rules Kim.
Yeah, it's a great card for Kim. 94% equity now. Lee just going to be forced to fold his 2-pair. Even though they are 3-handed, I don't see him continuing here.
You saw Lee making these, I mean, if you remember that one example from earlier on when it was literally against Kim as well, thinking about it now, where he did get a little bit sticky on the river, which was, you know, arguably up for debate in terms of whether he should or shouldn't have called. So he's obviously behind to a lot of hands here. Straights, better 2 pairs, potential sets also. It's not ideal for 9-6 here, really, is it?
No. There's basically no good rivers, bar a 6 or a 9, and even then,
you don't know yet. Well, it is 3-handed as well, Dan.
Hold on, what's going on here? This looks like a raise. It's a raise to 800k.
I can't say I'm a fan of that, to be honest, because you're literally just isolating yourself against the strongest part of Kim's range. All the bluffs are going to fold here. All the hands that are going to bet the turn, that are going to bet the river, are just going to get out of the way now. So you're literally killing all the action from the potential worst hands and also the bluffs that he's going to have. So I think you're kind of ballooning the pot here for no real reason, for no benefit. It's extremely thin for the hands he's trying to target. And he's out of position as well, which makes the play potentially a little bit more questionable.
He wouldn't really do this with a set, right? He could have a straight with Jack 10 or something. It's unlikely, and we block it. I don't really see why he's choosing this combo to turn into a bluff.
It's a bit of a weird one, bro, but like I don't even know if this is a bluff. Like it's hard to say because like it just doesn't make that much sense to raise here, like you said. I mean, you're either ahead of his semi-bluffs or just bluffs in general, or you're just going to be behind the vast majority of the time. So, as I said, you're kind of just like making this pot bigger than it really needs to be.
Well, yeah, I just feel like it has to be a bluff, but it's hardly for value, like.
See, if it is a bluff here, then obviously this makes sense to bomb this river, but like this is the thing, like, I mean, there's going to be a lot of bad river cards. You're just targeting yourself against most of the strongest hands when you check raise this on the turn. Like it's just a bit of a weird play from Lee here, but you know, I'm not quite sure why. I think it's genuinely thin value, Dan, is what he went for on the turn.
Get called by spades, some straight draws, maybe a king.
Yeah, but this, why don't you just check call and then just reevaluate on like whatever river that brings in them sort of draws where you can just end up check folding, because what do you really beat at that point?
We expect him to maybe lead the turn then though, instead of check raising.
I think either or is fine. You could definitely bet it sometimes, but I do just prefer check calling here most of the time, because the king, it's not like Kim can't ever check back Jack 10 on the flop here. Say he has like Jack 10 offsuit with like no spade. Like that doesn't really want to bet the flop that often because, you know, a lot of turn cards where you might even improve, you might not be good. So it's kind of one of those things where it just doesn't make sense to check raise here. Like, yeah, I just think he went for thin value here and maybe just thought Kim was stabbing with random air, but if he's just standing with random air, then just let him continue doing that on the river, you know?
Yeah.
Now, it's interesting with Kim here, but like he has ace-king in this spot, so why... He's going to check this behind, obviously. Yeah, bit of a weird one there from Lee. Bit of a weird one there.
Well, Lee now back down to 2.1 million and Kim all the way up past 4 million, which is huge because that's over 50 bigs right now.
And just to address the call in position as well from Kim, I do think that's very, very standard call because, you know, Lee's check raising range there, again, from my own assumption, it's going to be like, you know, pair plus draw to blockers to the straight, whatever the case may be. Obviously, maybe some, for example, what I'm thinking here is like pair plus draw with a flush draw would be like a nice one, like we'll say 9-10 or some queen jack of spades. You get where I'm going with it.
Queen 10-8-7 is the flop, or sorry, from the small for Lee.
Get to that stage, bro. Get to that stage. I think we're allowed to not blimp every now and again. What do you think?
Just about. Kim is going to 3-bet with King 10-7. We could see some action here with the double suited from Lee.
How much you behind?
Didn't know we could have 4 cards on the flop, Alan.
You'd be surprised, bro. Usually it's 5, but if you're allowing 4, we'll roll with 4 for now.
Maybe we've just invented a new game.
Potentially.
1.9.
$7-2.
I guess Lee just wants to see a flop here.
Yeah, it's more than good enough in terms of playability, Dan, I would imagine. And guys, just FYI, this is the last chance for you guys to sub here, okay? Just got word there from the guys there. It's your last chance to sub. It's getting to that stage of the night, guys, that we're not going to be offering any more of this hoodie giveaway. So this is your final chance to sub. We're going on a break very, very soon. So if you guys have not subbed, this is your last chance to get involved with the hoodie giveaway that is, in my opinion, probably worth €100, guys, if not a little bit more. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty goddamn sure it's close to 100 quid, guys. So if you guys want to be in a chance to win that hoodie, get on the Twitch channel now and sub. This is your last chance, guys, to get involved with the hoodie giveaway. Get on Twitch, click the sub button, press subscribe, get involved, all right? Last chance now, guys.
And back to the action here. Kim is going to pot this one. Lee is going to shove this one.
Just on a side note as well, guys, the hoodie giveaway will be after the break, all right? We just got words. We're going on a break very, very soon, so the hoodie will be after the break. We've got a big spot here, guys. Just to reiterate that again, the hoodie giveaway will be after this break, so last chance to get involved to sub, all right? Saying that this is the last time I'll be saying it, all right, guys? Good luck.
Lee, 83%. Look at the size of this pot. 4.7 million. Turn is the 6 of diamonds.
Wow.
This is a game changer as we hit the river. Lee has done it.
Got the double up, Dan.
And he has been busted.
Oh, he's actually been busted. The graphics seem to be inaccurate there, guys. We lose Kim, unfortunately.
We do lose Kim. Lee had more chips, and that means we are going to go on a break and get this heads-up battle commenced for you in less than 10 minutes.
All right, guys, we'll be back soon.
We'll be right back.
What do we do? We go, like, we change spots, or I go there?
I stay at the, or move to 6, or stay here?
Yeah, 2 and 7.
Okay.
You got 5 minutes.
5?
스몰 브라인 빅플란이라서 이제 레이저가 나와서 내가 킹킹 10-7으로 이제 탑 레이저를 했는데 수납이 이제 8, 9 잭 나오면서 나도 이제 스트레이트에 킹 원페어 있고 또 다른 플러시 들어놓고 상대가 운 좋게 퀸 10을 가지고 있어서 난 퀸도 아웃수가 있어서
그렇죠.
그래서 이제 승부를 봤는데 거기서 졌죠.
When small blind opens and then he drew bet with king 10-7 and then flop came out 8-9 jack, so he made a jack high straight and unfortunately he had a queen high straight, the nuts, but I have a kings also, then I have some more outs like a queen, but it didn't came out, so yeah, it was out. 아시아랑 유럽 대회 같은 데 나가보면은 좀 필드가 다르다는 걸 좀 느끼시나요? 어떻게 다르나요?
예. 아시아는 이제 아무래도 좀 유럽 선수들이 가장 스킬적인 면이나 이제 좀 어그레션한 면에서 좀 특화되어 있어서 그리고 상대 선수에 대한 이제 익스플로이 이런 걸 위주로 최적화되어 있는 아주 강한 포커를 치고 있고, 아시아 쪽은 아직 좀 뭐라고 해야 되지? 아시아 플레이어도 잘하는 플레이어들이 많은데 평균적으로 봤을 때 아직 유럽에 비해서 레벨이 낮아서 이제 스리벳 사이즈라든가 스리벳을 운영하는 이런 면에서 조금 다른 면이 많이 있는 것 같아요.
First of all, European poker players are very skillful. They know how to exploit the other players, and but Asian players are growing, and now is growing up. So they know how about the like a best sizing kind of that. They're not very familiar with that until now. But they're getting
average level European is the best.
But yeah,
I think yeah.
Very powerful poker players are all the European.
빅블라인드에서 레이즈가 나와서 10K 레이즈가 나와서 가브리엘 콜에서 서로 스택이 많은 상황이었고 그때 에버리지 스택이 한 17, 8만 정도 되는데 내가 한 26만 가브리엘이 한 30만 정도 가지고 있었는데 거기서 이제 서로 콜을 10K를 한 상황에서 플랍이 에이스, 킹, 세븐
줄리벳을
아니 그냥 저스트 콜 나도
스몰 블라인드.
노노노 가브리엘 미들 포지션 콜 버튼 콜 빅블라인드 레이즈 10K 가브리엘 콜 나 콜 하고 플랍이 이제 에이스, 킹, 세븐, 오 하트가 나오면서 내가
세컨드 플러시.
세컨드 플러시였는데 이제 빅블라인드가 체크하니까 가브리엘이 레이즈를 이제 탑대 30K 하고 내가 콜하고 턴에 이제 5가 뜨면서 내가 2페어에 세컨드 플러시 가브리엘 탑배도 또 90K 내가 저스트 콜 리버 이제 4클럽 가브리엘이 피셔 오린 그래서 그냥 고민하다가 콜했는데 가브리엘이 빅 블러프
넛블락 가지고.
그냥 2 pins and 7 and pin heart, just pin heart. 그 핸드가 이제 나한테 여기까지 올 수 있게 된 거야.
At the end of the last day one, the spot with the Gabriel, it was a three-way spot, and
Ace King 7 heart.
Ace King 8.
Flop is Ace King 7 heart. And I have a Jack 5.
He had the Jack high flush, so he's second nut.
Yeah, second.
Then Gabriel flop bet. He blind check and Gabriel continuation bet, and he calls, and then on the turn, a pair, no pairs, and then he got 2 pair and Jack high flush or still, and he bet again 2 better, double better, pop bet, and he called, and we were brick, and he triple better with the all in. So he really thinking about the moment because he has not nuts, second nuts. Yeah, but he after the consideration and then he decided to call and he get a queens with a heart.
Yeah, just a
so
queen
just
pair.
a not blocker.
Yeah.
So he
big
get the
problem.
pot. That's the I think he thinks that that's the most important hand in this tournament. 여기에서 어떤 토너먼트들을 더 참가하실 건지.
아 작년에 25K 뭐 2등하고 이번 지금은 이제 미니메인 이벤트를 하고선 25K는 좀 생각을 하고 나갈 거고 메인 이벤트랑 뭐 나머지 이벤트들은 다 할 것 같은데 25K랑 50K는 좀 생각을 해볼 거예요.
He runner up the last year WSOPE is 25K high roller, so he consideration about the challenger game, but not decided yet. But he already made the date. Mini main event day 2. So he played for the tomorrow day 2
And
event.
mini main event finished. I just
And then
thinking.
also he will play a main event, and the other tournament he will participate in.
But
Yes.
25K and 50K last year I played, but so it's painful. I just thinking. Yeah.
Thank you very